Can you please tell me why are we here today?
So today is it's a preview. It's the opening. It's the official opening of Tangled Hierarchy.
Okay.
Covering letter.
All right.
By Jitesh Kalat.
I believe this is VIP gathering or something. Is that right?
It's basically it's a sort of private gathering
Right.
For a whole kind of selection of different people with relation to the exhibitions.
Right.
But we're also welcoming kind of people in to kind of witness the.
I mean, how long is it going to stay?
So the exhibition opens tomorrow on the 2nd of June.
Exhibition officially opens tomorrow.
It officially opens tomorrow.
Right.
And it will be running until the 10th of September.
All right.
Later this year. So a couple of months.
What sort of timing do we have?
What sort of timing?
Timing for the interest for the people to come in.
So it's open from 11
Right.
until 5. In terms of the timings.
Is it Monday to Friday?
It's Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday to Saturday?
Yeah, Tuesday to Saturday every week.
Okay.
From 11 to 5.
I didn't catch your kind name, please.
It's Jerome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
much.
much.
कैसे हैं आप? ठीक ठाक हैं? एग्जीबिशन की ओपनिंग में आए हैं आज? एग्जीबिशन की ओपनिंग में आए हैं? How do you like it so far?
Just came in.
Just came in. Nice seeing you at the exhibition, to both of you, mashallah. Is that right?
I'm from Yellow Door.
Sorry?
Yellow Door.
Yellow door.
Yellow Door. In Southampton?
No, that's a different one.
Yeah, I know. Dude.
Okay.
If you want to take a picture of us, just of me.
Can you please all introduce yourself, if I may ask?
I'm Sophie.
Right.
And we are front of the house, gallery assistants here.
Are you all from Southampton? Okay.
Because if you're
This is the leader of the council. We're being called. Hello, everybody. Can I talk to you, please?
Hiya.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very sorry that you were lost yesterday. Mummy last night.
We didn't lose. We're still going to do amazing stuff in the
Well,
city.
I'm understanding. Congratulations. You've still got £125,000.
Thank you so much. That's really kind.
And you all have worked fine. So, and especially Southampton, everybody likes you very much.
That's
And
really kind. Also,
may
I love
I
Southampton.
may I congratulate you to be a leader of the house as well?
Oh, leader of the council.
Of course.
No, it feels absolutely incredible.
इस एग्जीबिशन में बहुत सारी किताबें रखी हुई हैं यहाँ पे, जो कि लोग आते हैं, देखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं। जैसे हमारे डॉक्टर जमील साहब यहाँ मुआयना कर रहे हैं।
Woodrow Kernahan, I'm the director here, and John Hansard Gallery is part of the University of Southampton. Thanks everyone so much for turning up this evening. Those of you who are from Southampton, or many of you who are not from Southampton, will be very familiar that we weren't awarded City of Culture last night. So everyone is obviously feeling very disappointed, but it's great to bring everyone together today. And thanks again to the So25 team for everything they did. It was an extraordinary job, and we really nearly got there. So next time for sure. So I'm going to say a few words of thanks and then hand over to Professor Sunil Mangani, who's going to say a few words, and then to hand over to Lady Kishwar Desai, who's going to say a few words about the Partition Museum as well. So just as a bit of background about this project, the conversations with Jitesh Kalat started 5 years ago in Manchester, and so it's been an evolving conversation and process of working with Jitesh, and the project itself was actually scheduled to be exhibited originally in 2020, or was it 2021? I'm looking to Roz for the answer. It was scheduled to be a couple of years ago, but obviously due to coronavirus it was delayed, and for us that delay has been quite fortuitous, because tomorrow is the 75th anniversary of when the notes upstairs that were written by Mahatma Gandhi were written. So that wouldn't have been the case previously, but because of coronavirus we're able to have that amazing correspondence. As you may notice, I'm here by myself and Jitish isn't here this evening. He sends his heartfelt apologies, and we're all very sorry that he's unwell and not able to join us this evening. So I think hopefully we can all send him get well soon wishes, and he'll be better soon and able to enjoy the fruits of the exhibition that are on at the moment. So to do a bit of housekeeping, we're not expecting any testing of alarms tonight, so if anything does go off, please do exit the building by the front door. There is obviously a fog machine, so that's fog and nothing to worry about, and that kind of is pervading through the room somewhat. To hand over and say a few thanks, I would importantly like to begin the thanks with thanking Professor Sunil Mangani, Ryan Bishop and Ed D'Souza at Winchester School of Art for the collaborative conversations that we have had over these 5 years towards working on this project, and that will lead to further collaborations. Huge thanks to the exhibiting artists, to Kadaratia, Kim Byong, Mona Hatoum, Paul Pfeiffer, Nicola Ridney and Alexa Wright, who's with us this evening. Thank you. Also thanks to Sir Roger Penrose, Dr. Vilaynur Ramachandran, I apologise for my pronunciation, Professor Roger Shepherd for permissions to show their work. Special thanks also to Karen Robson and Wendy White from the University of Southampton Library and Archives for the extraordinary opportunity to be able to show Mahatma Gandhi's notes outside of the university for the first time. Huge thanks to Lady Kishore Desai and Harpal Singh at the Arts and Cultural Heritage Trust and the Partition Museum in India for the loan of the extraordinary trunks that are upstairs from 1947 that we're very privileged to be able to bring from India. Additional thanks also for loans and assistance to the Ishara Art Foundation and Prabhakar Collection in Dubai, the Al-Kazi Collection of Photography in New Delhi, Museum of Art and Photography in Bengaluru, Thomas Dane Gallery London, White Cube Gallery London. Huge thanks, as always, and most importantly, to the John Hansard Gallery team, who, without whom I wouldn't be able to stand here opening this exhibition. So huge thanks to the programme team, Ros, Nadia, Lee, Jack and Lynn. Thanks to the technical team, who I think everyone would agree have done an extraordinary job and are led by Lee. Thanks to Joseph, Amy, Emma, Julian and Andrew, and also Jonathan Titheridge from White Cube and Andrew Hesketh from AudioViz. I'd also like to thank the wider team for looking after us tonight. Amy, Val, Sylvia, Hannah, Jess, Ben, Jerome, Sarah, Erin and Poppy, and anyone I haven't mentioned. So thank you everyone. And finally, a huge thank you in his absence to Jitish, and we hope he gets well soon. So thanks everyone for bearing with me, and I will hand over to Sunil, who's going to read the transcript of Mahatma Gandhi's notes, which were written on the 2nd of June, 1947. Thank you.
It's lovely to see everyone here today. Thank you so much for coming. It's so amazing and lovely to see the letters of Gandhi's upstairs. They're held in the university's archives. They've been in that archive for a good number of, for a good long time. They don't often get seen, and I'm so glad that we can all see them today. And I think this can be a stepping stone for more too, because there's ways now that we can share this kind of information digitally and so forth in much broader ways. So massive thank you to the John Hansard Gallery for making that possible, and of course to Jitesh's vision around that. I remember going with him to see the letters in the archives. I think it was probably about 4 years ago, or maybe it was more, and just looking at them, and then he does this. So a big congratulations to Jitesh, but also it is a team as well, and a collective, so wonderful stuff. So just that in mind, we're obviously at this private view, but tomorrow the exhibition opens to the public, which is the 2nd of June. And it was on the 2nd of June, 75 years ago, that the letters you see up there were written. And maybe just for those who might not be aware, it was a day of silence for Mahatma Gandhi, meaning that he was abstaining from speaking, and yet he made a visit to see Mountbatten at a very, very crucial moment. Ironically, given that it was a day of silence, we actually do have record of what Gandhi said, even though we don't necessarily know what Mountbatten said. So I'm just going to read this out. And as I said, 75 years ago, I'm not going to be able to do this justice, so forgive me. I'm kind of nervous to read this out, but I think it's important we hear the words, and obviously you can go and look at the letters again following. Okay. I am sorry I can't speak. When I took the decision about the Monday silence, I did reserve 2 exceptions, i.e. about speaking to high functionaries on urgent matters or attending upon sick people. But I know you don't want me to break my silence. Have I said one word against you during my speeches? If you admit that I have not, your warning is superfluous. There are 1 or 2 things I must talk about, but not today. If we meet each other again, I shall speak. Badshah Khan is with me in the Bangi colony. He said to ask the Viceroy to remove the governor. We won't have peace till he is gone. I don't know whether he is right or wrong. He is truthful. If it can be done decently, you should do it.
And I'd now like to invite Lady Kishwara Desai to the stage to say a few words about the Partition Museum. Thank you.
Thank you. Big thanks to the John Hansard Gallery team and everybody associated with this exhibition. For us, having set up the Partition Museum in Amritsar for the 70th commemoration, anniversary, whatever you may want to call it, of the partition of India, which was held just 5 years ago. Now we are opening another museum also dedicated to the partition of India in Delhi. And therefore these 2 trunks, which we have, which have now come all the way, thanks to the John Hansard Gallery team, and are featured here, are authentic representations of what happened to the people who had to leave, who were forced to leave their homes overnight. And these are the 2 trunks which were carried across 2 different families who actually brought nothing else but just these. In one of them, wheat was stored by them, and in the other, they were their household belongings. So these both tell very tragic and sad stories, but at the same time, I would request all of you, if you do have the time, to come to India and to visit the Partition Museum, one of which is in Amritsar, which I said was opened 5 years ago. And that museum is being run by our trust, which is a non-government organization, and we run completely on donations and charity, which I'm sure Gandhi would approve of. And I just want to say one more thing about Mahatma Gandhi. You mentioned that this was delayed, the exhibition, and therefore it is going to be opened tomorrow, exactly 75 years, when these notes were written. This is quite likely that it is Gandhi orchestrating it. And he was a master publicist, but he was also very careful about everything he wrote, and he wanted to communicate and have it there for posterity, for everybody to look at it. So the thing I want to talk about a little briefly also is the Mahatma Gandhi statue that my husband and I raised funds for, and it is now opposite the Houses of Parliament, and it gave us great joy to put it up there because he was, as you know, a great opponent towards the end of his life of what was happening in Parliament at that time, and of course also the partition of India. But what happened on the day when the inauguration was going to take place, and this is why I say Gandhi is a great master strategist. It was raining that morning, and we thought the inauguration, which was being done by the then Prime Minister David Cameron, would be completely rained out, and we would not have anything really. It was a huge sort of gathering at Westminster Square, and just for that half an hour, you won't believe it, there was just bright sunshine.
So
ये दो खत जो पहले हैं ये तो वो हैं जो महात्मा गांधी ने खुद लिखे हैं, और ये दूसरे 3 हैं जो महात्मा गांधी को लिखे गए। ले सकते, ये वो जगह थी जहाँ पे पार्टीशन के लिए वोट किया जा रहा था।
Other side of the world. Once you get to the
ये जो आप देख रहे हैं ना, ये महात्मा गांधी के हाथ के लिखा हुआ खत है जो इन्होंने शायद 1947 में लिखा था, स्क्रीन में। ओके, तो आपको यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर, जो लोग आके देख सकते हैं। चलें, महात्मा गांधी का सिग्नेचर है ना उसमें।